Hello and welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I'll be your host today. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of need a meeting today. I've been on the phone all day with the IRS. They're trying to wrangle some money out of my mom, who is deceased, for fees and penalties on. Anyway, yeah, that's been my day today. Tony B. No Talk Tony, how are you doing? I don't know if you're still here or not. I hope so. So anyway, yeah, how's everybody doing today? I need a meeting desperately, Shannon Smith. Okay. Well, do you want to just talk in the chat, or do you want to come on screen? You can have it either way you like. Hey, I'm good. I'm glad you're here, Tony B.
Yeah, I still want to hear about your uh, woes with the IRS. That sounds like a bunch of fun.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
Oh,
I finally got it to where, the only option they gave me was you have your options are you get a call back. Period.
Oh God.
So I got the call back, and I'm in the middle of my spiel, and I'm talking, and then I just hear dead air. And I'm like, hello, dead air. Hello, dead air. Hello, dead air.
Government.
Why is our tax system the way it is?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. So they're trying to get money out of your mother?
Yep. Yes, they are.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is, especially because the taxes were paid.
Oh my gosh! On top of
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, the taxes were paid for the year they're trying to collect for penalties and fees on. Yeah.
Okay, so it isn't like words are hard. So have they been charging taxes since, or is it just
No,
the year up?
just the year of 2020.
Oh my dear God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're going through that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of gross
yeah.
trying to collect on my dead mother's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think, Shannon, that I can't be held responsible for my mother's debt. That's what I'm hoping that they'll think. But the first time I got actually into a person, I got transferred like 10 times
Oh my gosh.
and got nowhere. Hey, Shell.
Uh,
Hey, others keeper. Good to see you guys. So what do you need a meeting about, Shannon? Help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if we can help you out.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the IRS. Yep.
yeah. The lovely IRS.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
They'll cause the stress and then more stress so that you can figure out an answer after the stress, right?
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. So I need to start bright and early tomorrow, and maybe have Steve do the morning chores even.
Mm.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
Just down and depressed. I'm sorry, Shannon. What can we do to help you?
Yeah.
You're
Mm.
so awesome. You are always here to come to somebody's aid here. So
Oh
what
man.
can we
Well,
do
it's
for
coming down
you?
the flu.
It's sick, coming down with the
Oh
flu.
yeah.
Oh, are you sure it's not heat exhaustion? They can feel kind of similar. I thought I was coming down with something last night, and I figured out today it was just heat exhaustion. I ate an apple because I figured something, some kind of fruit, and then I did two immunity packets, kind of like it's kind of like the emergency type thing, but
Okay.
Okay.
we get our vitamins from Swanson brands, and they discontinued it, but I have a few left of their immunity packet.
Okay.
That's not fizzy, so it doesn't hurt my stomach. So I did 2 of those with some electrolyte powder.
Okay.
And went to bed, and I'm okay this morning. Took a shower too. I mean, I did all the things that I could think to do.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah,
I'm happy it was, not the flu. I'm sorry, Shannon, that you're coming down with the flu.
yeah. I think I have the stomach flu. Have had the stomach flu.
Mm-hmm.
I lost sound just now, or like in real life, like as in
Hearing.
Hi, Mayonnaise Entertainment. Good to see you. So what's new with you guys?
How about Plant first?
Okay. Lots of appointments. My weeks have been filled with a minimum of 5 appointments a day.
Yeah.
At least. It has been a lot in that aspect. And then just trying to find me time, it's been a little bit difficult, but I'm forcing it in there. I'm making sure I'm forcing it in there. I found a new path to go walking on, which was really nice. And you know what? It's kind of nice to have like the little reprieves. One of the last meetings I was at, we were talking about didn't have to be like creative outlets, just something that we used as like an outlet or like something that we've discovered about ourselves and what we enjoy. And I just keep going straight to, I'm going to go do some digital art because that's what I have. That's what I have time for. Yeah. And that's what I have the energy for.
Okay. It's funny. I kind of wanted to have a subject of what do you draw inspiration from,
Yeah.
And,
for me, you know what? Right now, the inspiration is the kids. It's not easy, and it's definitely throwing me for a loop. But the inspiration is the kids, and until it's almost like I'd say I've gone into some sort of survival mode again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
are you? So you're aware of it. Have you been aware of it before?
No.
Have you gone into it? Well, that's huge then.
Yeah, I'm feeling very proud of myself for that. And like I told you guys about, standing up for myself, asserting myself, advocating for myself. Yeah. I've done it a couple more times since and like not needed as much assistance, which has been really, really wonderful too. It's like, okay, see, I am doing this. I am making progress. Even going through like a list of DV consequences, after prolonged DV, just being able to say I did that before, I don't do it now. It's been very interesting to see how the list has dwindled. But of course, there's going to be long-term effects. So I just need to recognize what those long-term effects are and how to work on them. I'm trying to get a requisition for ADHD diagnosis, and I'm pretty certain that my PTSD has evolved to CPTSD.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm noting all of the symptoms. Okay. Every single time something comes up, whether it be ADHD or CPTSD, I'm making sure I'm noting all of it so that when I do get to see a medical professional, I can say, here.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That way I don't have to try and remember. Yeah. It's just here. Just look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's so much progress, and I'm very proud of that progress. I am so proud of that progress.
I'm proud of that progress.
I just need to learn how to sit in that. Thank you.
I am. That's amazing. Yeah.
Speaking of being proud of things, here's Christy. Right here.
Yes. Hey, I'm looking a little. I've been running around helping with dogs, so I'm a little like. I tried to throw myself together, but this is what y'all get today.
That's fine. Oh my goodness. So it's been puppy day?
Yeah. Well, I try to help Mindy as much as I can with the puppies because she's got like 36, 32, 30 something. And so it's a lot to manage. So I'm just like, hey, whenever you need help, you let me know. So today she's like, I know you like to do laundry. Can you wash these for me? And I'm like, yeah, of course I can. So washing puppy pads.
Christy, you would so know this. Okay, the whole sun is in Cancer. Does that mean the solar system has crabs? Oh, come on. That was cute. Don't judge me. Good God. Jeez.
Oh,
man.
It has crabby people. There we go. It has crabby people.
Hold
on.
Say that it's flipping over into Cancer.
Hold on just a second.
Uh-oh.
She froze it. Did.
Oh, no, she's conferring with the solar system right now. Oh, I think she's going to tell it to act like somebody.
I don't think today is the day, but I do know that she's going to do a forecast.
I thought it
just
was
before. Yeah.
Yes. So the question, yes. So the question is, the sun moves into Cancer on June 21st, and that's, into Cancer season. And so we're doing a live forecast tonight at 7 Central, and we're going to talk about what it means to be in Cancer season, what you can expect over this next time, and all of that kind of stuff. So that's going to be tonight at 7 Central live. And then, did you tell them about the other thing we're doing on Friday?
I haven't yet. I was waiting for you. Because it's your news.
Releasing my music video Friday evening. We're having a premiere party. So please tell everybody I'm really, really proud of it. Stasia did the video. There's a few people who have got to preview it, extra special, but it's going to be a worldwide premiere. As much as anything I do is worldwide. And so it's really cool. I'm very excited about it. I'm very proud. So so that's going to be on Friday.
I just thought about it. I hadn't put it in needing a meeting yet, so I'm going to stick it in there after this.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a party. Yes. So come dressed up like rock stars, and put on your best rock star attire. Lord Kiss Freak can dress up like Kiss, and whatever. So but I'm excited. I'm gonna bring out my inner Joan Jett, as much as I can. So but I'm very excited about that. So
That's exciting.
I thought so.
It's gonna be a fun Friday.
So that's my.
So are you doing like an intro beforehand to explain anything about the song or?
Thinking about it, just come in, kind of talk about it and everything, and then do it. Or I don't know. Is it set up that way, Stasia? Can I do it that way?
No, you would have to go live before it. You would have to go live before it because it's set up as a premiere. So it'll premiere at 7 Eastern. Sorry, my eyeball. But we can definitely schedule a live right beforehand so that you can have a little explanation period.
Yeah. Do that or have one after, have it watched and then go live or something. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to definitely want to visit with everybody, see what they thought. Because I mean, it was a process. We did how many versions of it? Like, did you do 4, 5?
5.
Wow.
And so the first one she sent, I was like, yeah. The first one I was like, oh hey, no, that's not it. And then it's just like, what about this? And then I'm like, yeah, let me tell you about the song. And then it was closer. And then we got the final product. So it was pretty fun. It was a lot of fun to do. And it was like an original song. So it's an original song that I wrote. And it's about it's kind of a breakup song, but it's got a positive ending. So the last few lines is like, I should have known you'd never break my heart. So it's really cool. It's like this whole progression, and I'm not singing or playing on it. The lady that's doing the vocals, her name is Veronica Lewis. She's a really great singer. And then the guitar and composition is by a gentleman named Rick Mum, and then Stasia did the video. So all I did was provide the words. That's it.
Okay.
And the vision for the video. Like, couldn't have done it without the vision. Okay, now.
Right? Yeah. So it was pretty cool. And there's like a special little like kind of, if you know at the end. I kind of honor some people who have meant a lot to me. Hold on, I gotta let me reply to this. So it's so to some people who dealt to me at the end, so it's pretty cool. And I think if you'll be able to figure out who's represented. So, and if not, after the video, I'll tell you.
So Matrix Rabbit says that makes you a producer, and Shannon Smith says and a songwriter.
Well, a songwriter and like a bossy, that's not quite my vision. So but it's really cool too, because
about it too.
What's that?
You were so gentle about it too. You're like, but this isn't quite this. And I'm like, okay, just tell me.
Not really what I had in mind, but we definitely got it, because the song starts out kind of like sad, and then at the end, it gets brighter. So I had a vision in my head of what I thought I kind of wanted it to be. So it turned out even better than I thought. So I was super excited about that.
That's amazing.
I'm excited just because it was so for those of you that don't know, I was in a band when we wrote it, and that particular song was one of the songs that got the band I was in a record deal with Sub Pop Records, and Sub Pop Records is who Nirvana and Soundgarden started out with, so it's kind of a big deal. And the band ended up breaking up. That was like one of the songs that really, the band ended up breaking up, and it just sat there. And I didn't know what was going to happen with it. I didn't know if they were going to do something different, if they were going to continue with the record deal. No idea. And I had written a bunch of songs. So there was going to be 8 songs on the album, and I wrote 4 of them. And I had like 10 songs that I had written. And so my other ones hadn't been recorded yet. We hadn't gotten that far into the process. So that's the only one I've got. But like I said, I was really proud of it. It took a lot for me to share. because my writing was always something really private for me. And there's only a few people who really got to read anything that I wrote, like my teachers and then my dad. And then I started trusting myself more and sharing it with more and more people. And then it was like this whole song thing. And I was like, oh God, you know, it was really scary. But it's personal. It's a personal journey that I went on and how I felt. I actually went back through my journal and looked at, you know, what I wrote, and, you know, got back in touch with those feelings. And so yeah, it was cool. It was really awesome. Yeah. And the funny thing was, when I got told they're like, oh, it's a little indie record label on the West Coast. And I was like, okay. And then they said Sub Pop, and I'm like, little indie label. Okay. You know, I was like,
So
do you know what they did?
says that Sub Pop was grunge in the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, their whole thing was like, we're just one record away from going out of business or something like that. Like, they had a completely like flippant attitude about everything. But they still have, like, Mudhoney is on there. So if you're a Nirvana fan, you know who Mudhoney is. And so they're still on there, you know. Suki Waterhouse is on there. Like, it's definitely an indie label, but they're connected to, I think it's Warner Brothers Music. So, you know, like, the potential, if you're good, to go somewhere is there. But I liked writing, you know, I loved writing the songs. It was amazing. It was definitely more an Adele style of thing, not like singing style, but just like this, like, working through everything type of thing. So, you know, and I can't see any comments because of my phone.
Okay. So Matrix Rabbit says, you put everything together, and that's what producers do. And he's going to look around on his computer to see if he can dig up some of his old band stuff. And then the Sub Pop was grunge in the 90s, and they are still, that label, I guess, is still independent. And then Mother Love Bone, is that ringing a bell?
Yeah. That was a very indie kind of grunge band as well. Yeah. So you had them, you had Mudhoney, you had the Melvins, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Nirvana. All of them were all kind of in the same thing. The cool thing with an indie label is that you have a lot more control as opposed to like a bigger label. So I was pretty excited about that. You know, I don't know. I thought it was cool. I wanted to, you guys, my phone is just being all kinds of stupid. There we go. I just wanted to get it out there because, you know, I did it and I was proud, and I didn't know that. I mean, like I said, it's not like anybody's going to call me and be like, hey, do you have any more music? But anybody that's heard it, like, nobody's ever been like, wow, that really sucks. Because I've played it for people that I didn't even know personally. Like, the guitar shop that I used to buy all my guitar stuff from, I played it for those guys, and they're like, oh my God, they're like, this has a totally like Guns N' Roses, like November Rain kind of feel to it. And I'm like, sweet, that's what we wanted. So, you know, but like I said, I've got a lot of other music, you know, like songs, and my uncle and my cousin are really great guitar players. And so I thought, if nothing else, maybe we could just like lay down the tracks. And, you know, like, I mean, my uncle was in a band, so, you know, I mean, I don't know, be like, hey, get the band back together and can we just do some fun stuff on the side and like, just for, you know,
yeah,
for something to do.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know,
that's amazing.
It is.
I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, I thought it was fun. So I'm really proud. My dad would be super proud of me that I was doing it. You know, I had a lot of people tell me I should be like a journalist or a writer or something like that. So, it flows
on.
with what I was doing. So it's a lot of, it's cool. So I'm excited.
Matrix
Yeah.
plays bass and he has recording gear.
Wow.
Awesome. Well, hey, I got a bass player. That's awesome. Cosmic, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you? I've been listening, so it's really exciting about your song. Can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. So, I don't like to brag on myself too much, but it's happy news. I wanted to share.
Brag. By all means, brag, damn it.
Yeah.
Called a humble brag, but you do it humbly.
Right. It wouldn't be where it's at without the help of everybody that helped me along the way. So, like I said, I just did the words and gave a vision. So I had a lot of help.
Hey, that's still lots. That's still lots. Don't underestimate or don't lessen what it is you've done.
Yeah.
Well, you guys all join me on Friday on my channel, and and then tell me what you think afterwards. So yeah.
Hey,
Excited.
words is very hard. You never ever. The one exception I've ever seen was Rush, but you never ever let the drummer make lyrics. Otherwise, you get stuff like, "Hey, baby, I love you to bits. I want to squeeze." I won't go into that, but
Right.
stuff like that.
Or Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl's a good drummer who can make some good songs. So Dave Grohl.
Yeah,
Throw
that's
him in
true.
there.
Yeah, we got that.
But
I watched a Dave Grohl, like the Foo Fighters clip, and they had Taylor Hawkins' son play, Shane Hawkins.
Mhm.
It was beautiful.
Isn't he? That man, I bawled like a baby when I seen that playing My Hero. Oh my God, I could not hold it together. So Taylor
I couldn't
Hawkins.
hold it together either.
Oh my God. So Taylor Hawkins was the drummer of the Foo Fighters. He passed away. They're not really sure if it was an OD or what it was. They never actually said. And then they did these two big concerts. And then his son, Shane, who's like, 15, 16 years old, comes out at Wimbledon.
He looks like 12.
Yeah.
He's pretty young.
Comes out in Wimbledon, like his first ever, and he plays drums to My Hero, which is a Foo Fighters song. If you've not seen that, like, do yourself a favor, go to YouTube and type in.
It's like within a month or two after he had passed, so it was very poignant.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Just for that young man to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And he hit those drums so hard, like you could just, I'm surprised the drum set was still standing when he was done. He was, and he was playing with Foo Fighters. And there was all these other, it was just amazing. Like, if you ever need inspiration in your life, go take a look at that, because that kid doing that just, so, it was, it was beautiful.
No, that's fantastic. I'll have to go see it. I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Oh man, get you some tissues and then watch it. I did. I just cried, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, nothing, don't look at me. I got one eyelash hanging off. So, but
oh my goodness,
that's it.
That's exciting news. I wasn't going to say it because it's not really my exciting news. So I wanted to make sure that the appropriate person said it.
Well, I'm excited, and I'm thankful to. Excuse me, guys. thankful to everybody who encouraged me. I've got this bonsai sparkling water cherry peach drink, and it's because it's carbonated, it kind of gives you the hiccups a little bit. But yeah.
Oh.
So.
Taylor's kid is going to be a drumming powerhouse. He is just as good as his dad, and he is 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's taught by the best.
That was one thing I liked about both Dave Grohl and Taylor. They were both so incredibly humble. I mean, they were
Water
just,
off.
well, I shouldn't say
Did you turn the water off?
but yeah, Dave Grohl is very humble, and it's like, wow, that's
Yeah.
not typical.
Yeah, you know, just you can talk. He's approachable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen
It's
some
still like
interviews with
they're-
him too.
Yeah, there was one interview. There was one interview that just got me laughing because it was him and Taylor were at the report. You know, the reporter was supposed to be doing a piece on them, and they show up to her house and they decide, well, we're just going to have a cookout, and they make a cookout for her, you know, using her grill and everything. And I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. I mean, that was, both really good people, and it's like, wow, you never hear about that in music. Almost everybody's a prima donna, and they turn into narcissists and everything else. But
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with somebody about like 90s rap to like what it is now, and currently the mumble rap. My joke is when they started leaning, because that's what they call the substance that they're taking to be all mumbly, and that's, you know, that's what they're highlighting in their songs is lean. And so it's like when they started leaning, I stopped listening. Yeah.
Oh my
It's very big within that specific genre. And it was, I don't know if it still is, because I stopped paying attention, I would say about 5 years ago. Yeah. But when mumble rap started, that's when they started leaning, and that's when I stopped listening.
Right.
So.
Okay,
I never really
more information on what do you got on leaning?
Lean is just drinking cough syrup to get inebriated.
Okay.
And that's what they were doing to.
I had a friend that didn't.
I wouldn't even say like to be better, but it's just that's what they were doing as their substance, and glorifying it. Right.
I hate taking cough medicine. I wouldn't want to have to do it on purpose. It all tastes horrible.
A whole bottle of it? Like, what's the point?
I had a friend with a pint of cough syrup one time, 2 bottles of Robitussin with dextromethorphan. And he's passed away now from ODing. But he told me that was the strongest drug effect he'd ever had, drinking those 2 bottles of Robitussin with DM.
Robotripping, Matrix says.
There's a cough syrup. There's a Schedule 1 cough syrup you can sign for at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
So you have to show your ID and sign for it, and that's what it was, and that's what they drank.
Oh my God.
And
he said
it was just,
no, thank you. I don't like the taste of it.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine. He could go out there, poor guy. I wish that wouldn't have been his path.
Yeah.
Wally, my husband took me to a screamo concert once. Like it was over Halloween, and we all dressed up, and it was the weirdest thing. So it was like the screamo band, which I had never ever heard before, and then it was a Nirvana tribute band, and then it was a reggae band, and then there was one other band. I don't know. It didn't fit. It didn't fit at all. But the first thing up was the screamo band. So I'm dressed up in like this witch costume. Michael's dressed up in this like, I don't know, like zombie thing. And this dude comes out, and the whole band is dressed up, and he's not, and he's got hair down to his waist. And I had no idea what he was doing. And so he puts his arms straight out and he's like moving guitar stands and mic stands and everything. And he's like going around in a circle and like looking to make sure. And then he just starts screaming and head banging all at the same time. And I'm just thinking, how do you not have a brain aneurysm? Like, I don't understand that. You couldn't understand what he was saying, but then he's like banging his head around and swirling his hair around, and he had the most beautiful hair I'd ever seen. But I just thought, what are you doing? You know, and I just stood there and I was so dumbfounded. I think I was like the most bumpkin person in that place because I had no idea what I was looking at. And I'm just like, you know, and then that stops, and then the Nirvana tribute band gets on stage, and they're all dressed in dresses. So it's all of these skinny dudes dressed in dresses, except for the drummer that had a beard, and he was, you know, probably like, I don't know, a couple of 100 pounds, and he's got on a dress, and I'm just like, oh, good God, where am I? I mean, it was odd. Y'all, it was odd. My jacket ended up getting stolen. I had the cutest little like dress pea coat. I mean, it was like fitted and then it flared out at the bottom like a 1950s type thing. I don't know, somebody must have stolen it and taken home to their kids because nobody there could have fit in that jacket. But my jacket got stolen. Like, I almost got into a fight. It was a whole thing. I'm like, all because you wanted to come see a screamo band. Don't ever do this to me again. it was awful.
Is screamo death metal or just where they're screaming or something like that?
They're just screaming. It's kind of like screaming death metal. It's like that was about it.
Yeah, it's got the whole time.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the bands when I was, I think 18, that were called a Bremlin and Cradle of Filth, and I had to read the CDs to understand what they were singing about because I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh yeah. And so Matrix Rabbit, I don't like Twisted Sister at all. I love me some good hair bands, but Twisted Sister is not one of my favorites. So I probably, if it would have been them, I would have been like, I'm out, y'all. See you later. I'm going home. I mean, it was just the weirdest experience ever. Like, and none of the bands fit. Like, none of them fit. And I was just like, there's no rhyme or reason to, you know, you go from screamo to like Jamaican music, like a Jamaican band. Like, how do you? And then you've got Nirvana in the middle. Like, what are you doing? I don't. Yeah. Oh, they had it that night. You know. I mean, good God, it was. Yeah, I did. I just stood there.
It was Halloween.
Yeah,
it was Halloween. We were trying to make something, right?
It was horrendous. And then, like I said, I almost got into a fight. And I mean, it was just like a whole thing. I just looked at Michael and I'm like, what part of this night was good? Like, I don't know.
Why did you even bring me here?
I went to a music festival in December. I think that was actually the beginning of my decline because I got heat stroke and I haven't recovered from that. It was so bad. I ended up listening to Limp Bizkit in the cool down tent with a fan and an ice pack on me.
I remember you sharing that story.
I remember
yeah.
Are you having a good time? They said. I'm like, no.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy stuff happens, and you're like, really? This is not what I had planned. This is not on my music card bingo.
I was actually going through all the bands I've seen with my housemate last night. We chilled for a bit. I don't like being here alone until I actually leave. I know they got to be here or be with Mel. Anyway, so I was just telling all these different bands that I've seen, and I didn't realize that I've seen Cypress Hill, Metallica, Linkin Park, Foo Fighters, so many different bands, Australian bands, lots. Bloodhound Gang. That was when I was 17. That was the best. But it's just like I didn't realize that I've actually had a pretty fun experience with music over life. So I recommend it. Goes to music festivals because you can bang out a whole range of bands all in one day.
There's one coming up here in Quebec that I'm seriously debating. I'm just a little bit nervous with the weather and the first year sober. We'll see. I'm gonna work myself up to thinking about it. That's all.
Right.
This is gonna be like a 10-day festival.
Oh wow, that's a long one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds good. Rebecca, how are you?
I am good, fatigued, but better than yesterday. And I decided I'm done with work.
Sounds good.
That's it. That's it. We support you in that.
Yes.
For the day,
or I know I didn't do 8 hours. I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm just done. So
I do that quite a bit now and then, all the time, kind of, sort of.
All the time.
But I had to see people because I missed them.
Yes.
I haven't talked to you since like what, yesterday?
Yeah, it's been a whole hour, 24 hours.
Right. Well, and we're talking about crazy. Yes.
Big hair bands.
Yes.
Yes. Do you have a crazy music story? Did you get drugged to a emo concert where you almost got in shape?
No, I wasn't allowed to do concerts. So I've only been to a couple rock concerts. And I know we talked about it because Ben helped me figure out who the band was that had the chainsaw, which now I can't even remember the name of. But yeah, it was like Jackal, yes. And then it was Jackal, Slaughter, and Damn Yankees. Actually, my partner's going to go see Iron Maiden, or it's the Who and Iron Maiden. And I'm like, I want to go, but I can't. And he's going to take one of his other close friends.
Wow.
Now, yeah, Slaughter. Yeah, I tell you what. You know what? You know what band I really liked, and only for the lead singer, Winger. Oh my gosh, that guy had the prettiest eyes, and he took ballet, and you knew it because you could tell by the way he danced around with the guitar and stuff. But I was just like, I didn't care. I was shameless. I was a teenage girl, so I'm just like, he's pretty. And my mom's like, what are you listening to? I'm like, he's pretty, Mom. Look at his eyes, and she's like, oh God, help us all. Surprised I didn't
things you do for love.
Run off with the band.
Yeah.
You just write a lot of stuff in the key of G. Yeah. He used the key of G a lot so he could play one-handed and, not have to worry about doing anything with that hand on the bass. Look all neat. Yeah.
I mean, I just... Awesome. Yeah, Kip Winger. Oh, man. Back in the day. I'm out. Slaughter was really
Brian Cox. As an astrophysicist, like Dr. Brian Cox. He's an astrophysicist from England.
Yes.
Anyway, he was in this band called D Ream. He was the piano player or keyboard player or whatever. And the song is Things Will Only Get Better. And it's really funny because he's an astrophysicist, and then he's like, that song is all wrong. That's not even true. Everything goes into entropy. It was so funny. But the closest thing I've ever had of a crush is on him. I don't have crushes.
Really?
There you
go. Because everyone's married. I can't have a crush on a married person.
Well, I would disagree as a polyamorous person. I would disagree. You don't act on it though. You can think they're really attractive, but you don't act on it unless everybody's consenting.
Right.
I guess that's true. I guess my feeling of a crush is like when the teenage girl puts up all the photos of them on the walls and all that sort of stuff. I never really was into that. I had song lyrics.
Oh, that's awesome, though. That's awesome. I like that. but some lyrics are so beautiful too. Like, I tell ya, I mean, I know, but there are some really good, like romance love ballads that came out of the 80s with the big hair bands, and everybody's like, why are these rock metal guys writing this? And I'm like, so they can get the chicks. Like, I mean, I was like 16 and I had that figured out. I'm like, it's a good thing I wasn't older. My mom would have been like, oh my God.
I think my mother would have been the same way your mom was. We allowed to have posters up or anything or listen. So it had to be like top 40 music. And then I still wasn't allowed to buy the music. So I had no idea how some of the bands were spelled. And
oh man,
I think it's kind of hilarious. But
I used to go over to my friend's house and we would sneak downstairs. Like, I would spend the night and we would watch Headbangers Ball. And I was just like, I was such a rebel.
My friends tried convincing me for so long. I had a crush on Poison's drummers. Like, dude, check out this hot chick. And like, that's a dude. Like, no, that's not a dude. That is a hot chick. I want her. Like, no, dude, that's a dude. Like, no, it's not. That's a chick. I know what chicks look like, and that's it.
Oh,
There's a whole thing about that. Wasn't it Aerosmith?
really big, amazing hair. A lot of them had really amazing hair. I was kind of envious of their hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Poison's drummer, yeah, I mean, Poison really kind of was like, there were some that you're just like, wow. How'd you do your makeup?
Please show me.
Right?
Your families think Kiss was demonic back in the day?
Yes, mine did.
Because of the paint on their face and that whole, wasn't the only
Mine was like Motley Crue.
Was demonic.
Yeah. See, I wasn't allowed to listen to Kiss, Motley Crue, Ozzy Osbourne, but I could listen to Aerosmith. They were okay. I mean, make that make sense.
Like
you got like Ragdoll. That's okay. I mean, so yeah, it was which you were allowed to listen to and not allowed to listen to was really kind of weird. But my dad loved Cyndi Lauper and ZZ Top. So I thought that was hilarious. I was just like,
that is hilarious.
ZZ Top? Yeah, because
True Colors is my favorite song.
Which one is?
True Colors, Cyndi Lauper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mine is Time After Time. When I hear that song, it makes me think of my dad because that was like his favorite song. And before I moved, I had a Cyndi Lauper record. I had to special order. And when I moved, because I didn't know I was coming here, I had to get rid of it, and it crushed my. I had a few albums that it really crushed my soul to get rid of. So She's So Strange by Cyndi Lauper was one of them, and I had Fleetwood Mac Rumors, the like original records, and I had to get rid of that, and it was hard on my soul. I was like, and then I had Greta Van Fleet. I had a couple of their records, and I didn't want to get rid of those either because I love Greta Van Fleet. I'm just like, I'm like, if you don't love to somebody that does love. If you guys don't know who Greta Van Fleet is, go check them out because they are amazing. That kid sounds like Robert Plant. It sounds like you are listening to Zeppelin. Like it is amazing. And they look like it too. I mean, they're very flamboyant, but amazing band.
I think I was very lucky in that my dad had extensive record collection, and I was the only kid who was allowed to use the record player because I was the only one who knew where to put the songs where. And I was careful enough. All the other ones were just like, right. So I got to listen to so much, like from everything. And my grandma, I got to listen to all her like 40s music and all that sort of stuff. There's a game called Fallout New Vegas or something like that, and they've got a lot of that sort of old timey music in it. I'm like, it feels like I'm listening to my grandma. But yeah, it's I just think it's really lucky. I think exposing children to music from a very early age is really important for like good development of brain and mind and all that sort of stuff, because when you listen to different types of music and all that sort of stuff, it does that's why they've got that frequency music, you know, that you it changes your frequency. So, you know, happy music makes you happy, sad music makes you sad. You know, it's got the ability to change your emotions on the day. Like my favorite thing to do when I'm really, really angry is to put on Tool, Enema, the album.
Yeah.
Beginning to end. And by the end, I'm happy again. I've got all my anger out, yelling it out to the world as loud as I can.
That's what I do.
People know I'm mad when that goes on.
There is a cool video on Drumeo you might enjoy. It's a Mike Portnoy, who's a drummer for Dream Theater. They gave him a surprise song, and it was that song from Tool. And he's like, "Oh, you mother beep beep," and he's, you know, because he's going on and on about how complex of a song it is, for at least the drums. And yeah, it's incredibly complex. It's like something you can't master it in. There's just no way, because it's just too complex. But yeah, so they gave that to him, and he was able to do it in a couple of hours. But yeah, he's a super drummer, and he didn't nail it. You know, he nailed the he couldn't nail all the fills, because that's impossible to do in that kind of time. But still, yeah, you might enjoy it. It's on Drumeo.
Yeah, I've seen it. I watched it.
Check that out.
I've seen it. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Drumeo.
You know, my dad used to do this thing called Educational Sundays, and so we would have to listen to different kinds of music. So we listened to everything. So we had a very expansive, you know, thing that we listened to. But mostly, I grew up on country and listening to like the Oak Ridge Boys, and it's really funny. Like my favorite song used to be "Bobby Sue" by the Oak Ridge Boys. If you've not ever heard that, and you want to hear some cheesy 80s country, YouTube it.
It's the one type of music that it's a hit and miss for me, is country.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about some sad man whose car broke down and his dog died, lost his guitar.
Right.
But I do like some of the Chicks music, like Earl. That's one of my favorites.
That is hilarious. And Earl had to die. I love it.
Yeah.
But
Mel showed me that song. So I'm like, yes. Although if anything happens, it wasn't me.
So
right.
So Christy and Rebecca, both your parents fell into the satanic panic and wouldn't let you listen to
mine were probably way worse than Christy's were. My dad wasn't. My dad, I remember when he picked us up for visitation, he'd be playing like John Denver and Dolly Parton, and he'd play stuff country like that. But Mom, it was the Kingdom Melodies and maybe some classical. It was like religiously created music. It was classical in essence.
Right.
But yeah. Christy, you might know the answer to this, and I kind of suck with remembering names a lot of times. Do you remember the name of the drummer? And he would have been, he sat in for the Rush drummer right before he passed away, and I can't remember what the guy's name was. He was younger, but he was so happy drumming. That's just where I remember him, just being like this big smile on his face. And I can't remember what his name.
I don't remember who it is, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't remember his name. For Rush?
Yeah, and the name of the drummer is Rush's drummer is like escaping me, though I know he passed away.
Neil Peart.
Yeah. But they were doing some like memorial show or some sort. So they all started with a bunch of people playing Rush music without it being the actual Rush performers.
Right.
And then it kind of came out from there. And I can't remember who this drummer was, but I just remember him being so happy. I'm just like, I really hope he gets to play drums like really well for the rest of his life. He was so into it. It was awesome.
You know, isn't it amazing when you see people who are like really just enjoying themselves, like with music, you know, like no matter what it was, you know, it's funny. My parents were very strict with me about what I could listen to. I was not allowed to watch Nickelodeon. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons. Like there was a lot of things I wasn't allowed to do. Wasn't allowed to dance. Michael jokes around. He's like, Christy's childhood makes Footloose look easy, you know. So, but it's funny because on one hand it was really strict, and then on the other hand, like when it came to music and books, it was strict, but not like as strict as other things like TV and movies I could watch was really locked down. But you know, there were bands I couldn't. Now I was never allowed to go to concerts, and I couldn't go to dances, and I couldn't do any of that. So, you know, that kind of bummed me out a little bit. But yeah, it's amazing how it's music. It's music. You know?
I'm going to cut in here really, really quick. I got to run to recovery management here in a few minutes. So I wanted to say goodnight, but I'm going to be here tomorrow, and I can be here a whole time because I have nowhere to go after this.
All right.
I love you guys. Thank you for all the love. I appreciate
it. Yes. See ya.
Good deal.
Yes. Yes. That was what a fun topic.
We have a good fight. Yeah, for real. Yeah,
you know?
I'm curious, Christy, because your parents were really strict too. How much were they aware of what the words were? Because I think I've talked about it before. There's a song that my sister will play, but she doesn't know what it's really saying. It's like, 80% of music, it tends to be about sex, I think. Not all genres, but a lot.
Right.
And she plays songs sometimes. I'm like, you have no idea what this song means.
Now, my dad paid attention because my dad was a lot like me. So, words and how they were used in meanings and song lyrics and all of that. So my dad absolutely paid attention. My mom, not so much. She was just kind of like, oh, this is, and a lot of it was, it was preached from the pulpit, that it was bad. So my mom just went along with it. But my dad, like there were some songs, and the reason we weren't allowed to listen to him was because of the lyrics. But yeah, no, my dad paid attention. Like I said, my mom, not so much, but, it was, I thought it was interesting.
My mother tried to pay attention to lyrics, but every time she would say, "What's the lyrics of the song?" I would hand her some Rush lyrics, and that'd blow her mind because it's so deep. It's like she wouldn't ask anymore. It's like
See, my parents were so free with me. I rebelled. I rebelled by being a very well-behaved child.
Not me.
Well, I thought that they were ridiculous and they should get their stuff together and grow up. So I was that kid,
Right.
So if you ever seen Absolutely Fabulous, there's the daughter Safi. Yeah. So there's the mother, and then the tall blonde one. I can never remember Patsy. I can never remember the mum's name. Anyway, there's a whole big funny story that the mum was my mum and I was Saffron because I was always telling her off and trying to get her to behave and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I just thought that they weren't being parental enough.
Right? Oh.
I always wanted to rebel and do, but then of course, there's one I don't love. You can tell I'm fatigued. The brain is just not working quite as well. Talk show host.
Jerry Springer.
Nope.
Morton Downey Jr.
Donahue.
Nope, the one that used to be on Oprah.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. I do not like Dr. Phil now.
Yeah,
but he said something once that on one of his shows that actually I remember resonating with me, and it still does. He said something about if you push down anyone with spirit, you push them down far enough, anyone with spirit will rebel. And I was that kid who maybe didn't rebel in a way that was open that everybody knew about, but I was rebelling underneath. It's part of the same conversation we had, Christy, about like what are all the things that you've hidden that you don't even think about. Like I don't even know all the stuff that I don't think about because I had to be a good actress to fake it, because you can't tell them what you really feel ever, and you've got to appear repentant, or you've got to appear like subservient and all the things, and I don't even know all the stuff that I don't even think about. I don't act as well because now you can read stuff on my face. Not as good as I used to. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Well, see, I think that's. I've always been an open book as far as my expressions and all that sort of stuff. People may not know what I'm thinking, actually, but like my face always tells people. I'll be a terrible poker player, so that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't lie, because I thought that if I lie, it's going to see it on everyone's will see it on my face, because I'll be like, got into truth or something. I don't know what I look like. I have to go lie in the mirror and practice.
Actually, I could lie to my mom because I used to. There was a stretch, and this was my junior year. I was dating this guy that I met at work behind my mom's back. I was getting letters for I think prior even to her taking my job away and finding out about it all and that whole stuff. But I was hiding letters. So there's things like my mom would not check everything, but she would search everything of my space. So I got really good at I'll go to sleep with the letter in my bra. Like I normally wouldn't wear a bra to bed, but I'd go to sleep with the letter in my bra so she couldn't find it. Or you could stick a letter behind the shelf in your dresser, so when they pull it out and they're digging through the dresser drawer, they don't necessarily see it. So I got really good at hiding that kind of stuff. And my mom, if she asked me, I'd be like, no. But it was like a poker face. And I'm not, I look back at that and think I'm not proud of that, because that's not what,
That's actually really interesting, because that just brought back memories. Is the only person I could lie to was my father. I had to, for protection. Yeah. It was a protective thing, but he was the only person. And then my stepmom would ask, and then I'd tell the truth. And that's when it all came tumbling down. But it was generally, even now to this, as an adult, he was still the only one I could flat out lie to, because I was thinking, all you've done is lie to me my whole life. I'm not going to feel bad about it.
Oh, wow.
So, but it's strange because I haven't spoken to him, or I don't even really think about him all that much. That's just something I had forgotten. So I'm not proud of it either. I just think, here I was thinking I wasn't a liar. It turns out I did it pretty well when I did it.
Yeah. I think it's a survival mechanism, I think, because I wasn't a bad kid. Because other than dating this guy behind my mom's back, I wasn't sleeping around. At this point, I haven't even had sex yet. I kissed the boy and held his hand. The guy didn't even if kiss is first base, that's all the further he got. I mean, there's all these things that parents, I think, seem to worry about. And I was a really good kid, but I couldn't trust either one of my parents to be parents or to not take it out on me. So I have done lots of thinking, and there's a lot my mom did that was intentional. And that's really, the stuff where she thought I was prideful, so she was trying to break me. And me saying that I was, and I said it to her once, and I'm like, yeah, because you were. And I've been thinking about that a lot more as I kind of address the stuff that I don't talk about. How much do I not share, either because I'm not paying attention, or it just is normal to not share it, or but my mom intentionally was trying to break me and make me what she thought I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And of course I lied to her. And of course I didn't share what I really thought and really felt, because it wasn't safe to tell her anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I can relate to some of that, but not a lot of it. And I find it amazing. Your mother was actually more strict than mine was, and mine was a psychopath. I mean, that's not a pejorative. That's medical fact. And I just
Well, and my mom, everyone in the group, spanking was a big deal. There was a point, especially when I got toward a teenager, that I never felt like I could do anything right. So we would get spankings all the time. And it wasn't like a beating. I don't want to go that far, but I'd get it was like a 1.5 to 2-inch square paddle by 3 inches long. And that was what was used. And I remember getting 1 or 2 swats from that over close. So it wasn't, and I remember getting 1 or 2 and it not hurting. And one time she missed my butt, and then she forced me to put ice on it because she didn't want my dad to see it, because she didn't want people to see potentially a bruise. So it was getting away with, but at the time, everybody in that group did that. And of course, I'm targeted because I'm the one that doesn't comply. But she was an only child. She projected some stuff that she did when she was younger, that she kind of projected on. And my younger sister, who's the baby of the family, didn't get it as bad. My brother didn't get it as bad for my mom because he was a man. And so as a male, he was higher up in the hierarchy than I was.
Oh, wow.
He was older, but he was higher up in the hierarchy.
How do you figure your sister got to slide under the radar a little bit?
Because we did a lot of it. So things like rock music, or like at that point it was top 40s. So it wasn't even, it wasn't anything major, because top 40s wasn't like the heavy metal stuff that my mom would have freaked out about.
Yeah.
But we kind of got past that. And then Deb was more of a people pleaser. She would say, I was a little bit more of I made more, I was more verbal about things like, don't talk bad about dad. Don't talk to, and then to dad, don't talk bad about mom, and kind of stuff like that from as soon as the divorce was. And I got tired of that thing. And I think I made me stand out because I didn't like it. And of course I didn't take sides. But
were you a middle child as well? Yeah. I'm both I'm the oldest child of my mother, and a smack bang one in the middle of 5 for my 5 for my father. So I've got older sister and middle sister syndrome. And we're very bossy.
And my mom, I'm sure my mom and my sister probably think I am, but there's a certain portion that's assertive. And my mom calls it bossy because women are not supposed to have an opinion. Yet she'll have it in a situation in business, because she's had this with a bad employer. I'm the one she called in. I'm the one that went to the office with her and was like taking care of things. So and it wasn't that big a deal, but I'm the one she called because she doesn't know how to read between the lines. And now I just don't tell her stuff. But what am I saying? I still lie to her. I still lie to her both by omission and by just don't telling her anything. Or if she asks a straight out question, I've been known to tell her, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. And I'll physically come right out and say, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. Because she'll ask about something and then she gets so I've hidden who I was and what I thought and what I believed for a long time. Hi, Tony.
See, I got told that I was my dad's favorite from a very young age. So I think that's one of the reasons why I also rebelled by being a good kid, because I didn't want to disappoint him. So, and he had all these dreams for me and all that sort of stuff. And then when I got sick of him, I did the opposite of everything that he wanted. Like I was meant to go into IT, go to university, do all that sort of stuff, but because it's what he decided that I should do as well, I'm like, nah. So I had my kid early. I became the big disappointment.
Thank you for saying that, though, because I think I was my father's favorite, because I was the rebel, and he wanted, and he used to tell my mom I was hiding things from her. He knew about the boyfriend I was hiding behind her back. And he would tell my mom that I was hiding things from her. And then mom would say something to me and I'd lie. So it's kind of like,
yeah.
But he was trying to hurt her. He wanted to move in with me when he retired. I kind of put a nix on that after living with him for a year and a half and finding out he was an abusive jackass.
part of
I hate it. I think it's one of the worst things you can do to a child and their siblings is to pick a favorite and make it obvious. You know, you might like different kids for different reasons, but you should love them all the same, and they should all get the same treatment. You know, at least equitable treatment. You know, if one kid needs more, then sure, help that kid a bit more, but it should all be equitable and equal. And that's what when my mum has known this for ages, because she used to call me her favorite child, and I'd tell her off. Because I'm like, how can you say that? You don't even know Rihanna. She hasn't had a chance to be your favorite. So it's pretty unfair. And then when she said that when she said that Rihanna was her favorite, I'm like, well, finally she gets a turn.
My sister is.
But she was trying to hurt me.
My sister is my dad's now, because my brother was the one that didn't want to switch schools, and so he was the reason mom got custody of us. And then, of course, I'm the one that wasn't going to. Well, I also was a single, so I wasn't going to let him move in with me. I didn't have a place on my own that he could like decide to move in and milk off me. And of course, I wasn't just going to drive down to where he was living at the time just to help him out for no apparent reason, just because he wanted something. And so because I wasn't going to do it just because he wanted something, he hasn't reached out to me or my brother, my dad, that is. He hasn't reached out to me or my brother in a lot of years. He's written my sister, and my mom and my sister have not moved in 50 years. So he could get a hold of us via my mom and my sister, but he has not reached out. But it's only he wants what he can get.
Part of me so wishes I had access to tarot decks back in the 80s. That would have been better than sex. It would have been better than anything. Like, hey mom, check out what I'm into. Boom. Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh, that would feel so good.
Witchcraft.
You'll do that.
You could still do that.
Yeah, I can still do it, but I don't think it'd have the same effect anymore.
Same effect, right?
Like, hey, mom, I drew a card for you, but that's probably bad karma. So, hey, mom, check out the card I drew for myself. Huh? How about that one? I don't know what it means. Granted, I have to run to Christy and have her.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, your tarot deck often comes with a little guidebook.
Oh.
Yeah, they come with little books, and also you get feelings from it as well. You know. So, I have a doctor's appointment in about 4 or 5 minutes. So if you guys are still on, I'll come back on. If not, love yous, and I'll see you tomorrow. This was a great chat.
Good luck with your doctor's appointment.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye,
It makes it less awkward because you can't see me not finding the button.
Feel it.
Right? Oh gosh.
How are you all doing? Enough about me. And all the processing that I'm doing on the back end.
This
No.
From my day, I was telling them earlier. I've been trying to get hold of the IRS. They're trying to, charge a dead woman for penalties and fees on taxes she paid.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. You gotta love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's do you have to get a lawyer for that, or like what do you have to do?
I hope I don't end up having to do anything like that.
Can you just give them her death certificate? Would that work?
I mailed it in, and but my the person who does our accounting said that they ignore it unless it's a check. If you write to them.
Wow.
And they just up their budget big time too. Is what gets me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Man.
It'd be nice if they could do something to, make it worth what we're shelling out.
Right. Right.
So,
Absolutely. Oh gosh.
I'm sorry.
That sounds stressful.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I like that song.
Glad you had a good visit with your daughter, Tony B. And that is the IRS for you. The same thing happened to my husband with his mother long before I met him. What did he end up having to do? Did he end up having to pay it? 12 years. Joe Mar was popular. There was a song of heroin.
An enrolled agent?
Huh.
If you have that kind of tax problem, an enrolled agent can probably help you. Okay. What's an enrolled agent?
I know what a tax roll is. I know what an egg roll is. I know what a bedroll is, but I don't know what an end roll is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I definitely am trying not to let it sit there without responding. Yeah. So what, seriously though, what is what's a enrolled agent? Maybe I can look that up. Enrolled agent.
Tax person verified by the IRS. Tony, do you know how you'd find one of them?
Yeah.
Bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike.
Get an enrolled agent. They are effective and economical. Enrolled agent.
Okay, they have to do classes to keep up with taxes.
So if I were to Google that, would I say enrolled tax agent? Is that what I would?
Well, she's saying go to irs.gov.
Oh.
I'm going to look it up while I'm sitting here.
Intentionally go to irs.gov?
Yes.
That's kind of like calling the FBI and okay.
Specifically licensed by the IRS. So the IRS site has enrolled agents that you can access. EA. Okay, I'm going to write some of this stuff down.
Arkansas. Yeah, she's in Arkansas. Well, she's in Arkansas and Christy's in just plain old Kansas.
Yep. Plain old prairie over here.
Also, they don't make their website very easy to navigate, do they?
No, they don't.
Or how to find what you need.
Oh my gosh. Every flip.
Sorry, Ben.
Every time there's a census, they get together. Okay, this year we're going to remake the tables completely, and then we'll completely redo the data every year. Every time they have a census, it's like you people are on something. You all need 40-pound herbal enemas, all of you. No judgment. No judgment. Well, no, a lot of judgment.
Well, I hope we can find something to help you. Oh, here we go. Maybe Tax Pros?
Tax pros or tax rolls?
There's tax professionals, enrolled agents.
Okay.
Becoming one, maintaining your status, frequently asked questions, verify the status of one, or contact the Office of Enrollment. I'm not sure. So on the IRS .gov file, over on the far right corner, there was something that said Tax Pros, and that's what got me to this link that had an option for enrolled agents.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to this website intentionally. Oh my gosh. God, you people suck. I hate you. Oh, never mind. No judgment.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all mellow.
Now y'all got me curious.
Make a payment. Get answers. Sign in. File your taxes for free. Apply for an employee. Get your tax record. Find forms instruction. Check your amended return status.
Okay. I wonder. I'm just gonna.
Search. Why do you suck? Well, that doesn't help.
Oh, okay. So maybe this would help. And maybe they have something for your. I just Googled IRS enrolled agents near me.
So yeah.
And I found a Minnesota Society of Enrolled Agents.
Oh,
so maybe there was one.
So what did? Okay.
What's your state? Are you in?
Arkansas. I was wondering if you could send me that link.
Yeah,
let me. Society of Enrolled Agents. It sounds like a freaking cult group. They all get together at night and they like slaughter sheep or something. And
okay,
you guys, I'm gonna have to go. My dogs just are destroying the backyard and tearing up a blanket, so I have to go sort them out. So you guys have a good night. And I will talk to you tomorrow.
And is tonight your thing on? Oh,
yes, it is. She has. She does have a live tonight.
Okay.
I don't remember what it's for and what time it is. I don't know that, but she does. And I don't know if she's actually got it
to her page here.
How do you get an enrolled agent? To become, no, I don't want to become one. I want to get one.
So active enrolled agents listing. Let me send.
Oh, that's what I want.
CVS or CSV file. I'm just going to open up Facebook Messenger and I will send you links.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I can Google. I do have the Google web.
Yeah.
Chat GPT, will you
Why did it do that?
Me? Will you? I don't become. I don't have a physical form.
Disregard that restream thing. The YouTube link that I just sent is her live tonight, and I will also put a link up of her page here, her channel. Okay.
So the link I just sent you gives you a CSV file. I'm not sure how if it's going to let me open this.
Comma. That should open it in Excel, I think, because that's going to be comma delimited.
That's a good
CSV.
point too.
Yeah, CSV should be a comma delimited file.
And thank you for saying that because I forget sometimes what the terms are. Comma delimited. I'll just open the file in Excel and just see what it gives me, just to make sure that works for you.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourself.
How are you, Tony?
I'm feeling a little bit better than I was yesterday. My tummy's still a little on the upset side, but I'm actually vertical today, which is better than yesterday. I was pretty much horizontal all day, unless I was in the bathroom. So, so today's a much better day. Enjoyed my visit with my daughter, although it came right in the middle of needing a meeting, but it's like, you know what? Daughter trumps needing a meeting.
Absolutely.
Plus she had to give me the latest dirt on her life. So, I like listening to her tell me about her life and who's coming in and who's going out and all that fun stuff. So
Right on.
So it was a really good visit. But as far as an EA is the agent, enrolled agent, and they're a type of a tax preparer, but they are certified and they have to keep certain certifications through the IRS to be able to do taxes, to represent you in a tax hearing or whatever. So, and they're also the least expensive way than going through an actual
attorney,
either attorney or a certified accountant, certified public accountant. Okay. I actually was thinking about becoming an EA one day. A while back. I was going to become an EA, but it never came to fruition, which is fine because I cut back on the amount of taxes I do now anyway. So it's basically just family only. But I also can do business taxes. I'm well versed in the tax world. I've been doing taxes since I was 16.
Wow.
And that was Canadian taxes when I was 16. And then when I moved to US, I learned how to do US taxes, and I've been doing them ever since.
Okay.
So when you said that you have this issue with the IRS trying to come after your mom, who's now passed, that's a typical IRS trick.
Okay.
They do stuff like that, and the only way you can really fight them is, you can sit there on the phone for hours and hours and hours and get shifted around like you did yesterday.
And today,
but your best bet is to hire, and today, your best bet is to just go ahead and get somebody that knows what they're doing and knows how to fight for you and be your advocate, because if you don't, you could end up losing the battle.
Okay.
And if nothing else, if they can't get it to where you don't have to pay anything, they can at least get it cut down so that the amount that you have to pay is a lot.
Yeah, even if it was cut down, that would be helpful.
But yeah, definitely look at getting yourself somebody who does. And look, all you have to do is Google the EA in your area. Look for an EA in your area. And I do EA because that's what I remember it as, enrolled agent. So do taxes, enrolled agent in my area or in whatever city, town, whatever. And usually you can find them that way. That's the best way to do it. Just Google it for where you live, enrolled agent in, and that's the best way to do it.
Okay.
I would offer to help you, but I'm not an enrolled agent, so I can't do that.
Right.
I can't represent you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate this information. Okay, so it's opening up a spreadsheet, but there's no information on it.
Okay, so, Rebecca.
It may be
master.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, it just took a minute to load. Okay.
I found a Little Rock, and I'm just kind of going through the list.
Yeah, Little Rock will work.
Because there is a Mary Kaysen in Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. There's a phone number.
Are you close to Little Rock?
There's Carol? What? Sorry, what?
Close to Little Rock?
It's about 3 hours.
Are you closer to the Missouri border?
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Because we go down, Dustin's brother lives in Little Rock and his mom lives in Hardy, Arkansas. Actually, Dustin's from Hardy, Arkansas.
Okay.
So That's why I was wondering how close Little Rock was to, because you might be able to find some place that's a little bit closer. Although with the way things work today on the internet and everything, you could probably have somebody in Little Rock take care of it. You might not even have to go down there. All you have to do is provide your mother's past taxes.
Yeah.
From that year, and they should be able to pull them
Yeah.
from the IRS website, because you can actually pull your past taxes from the website of the IRS.
Oh,
But
I
you didn't know that,
that.
did you?
Did not know that at all.
You can find, there's all kinds of information you can find on the IRS website that I figured out.
Okay. Well, I know that this is not exciting to listen to for the audience. Sorry, guys.
But it's important.
I'm in a heap of heart here. I need help.
Hey, it's okay. That's what we're here for, right? To help each other where we can.
Yes.
And this is stressful to you, right?
Yeah.
So we're here for you, and we're going to help you any way we can. And if there's anything I can do, since I do have such a foothold in the tax world, you know how to reach out to me. You got all my information.
Right on. Okay.
Just go ahead and reach out.
Okay. Okay.
But that's the reason I jumped on, is I wanted to let you know that,
okay,
doing the EA, what they are, how they're certified, that they are certified. They have to do continuing education credits.
Yes.
It's just like being a CPA.
Okay.
Who have to do continuing education credits. EAs have to do the exact same thing. So they have to keep up on the latest tax information, on the latest things that are coming out about taxes or whatever the IRS is doing, stuff like that. So an EA is definitely a least expensive way to go. Well, a less expensive way to go. Least expensive is to do it yourself.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't suggest doing it yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you'll end up stressing yourself out.
Tulsa is about the same as Little Rock. Well, no, Tulsa's a couple hours, but from where I live, it's a little longer.
Question for you, because I realize I'm not paying attention because I'm filtering this to make sure I'm doing this right. AR is Arkansas, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just filtered that whole sheet, so I've got all of the ARs.
Okay.
And phone numbers for them.
It's been so long since I've worked in spreadsheets, I've forgotten how to do all that stuff.
I kind of winged it to figure that out. Don't feel bad. I winged it because I don't do Excel. We do end up doing Google Docs a lot because I don't do it. But actually, what I'll do is I'll chat you in Messenger. Let me know. I don't know if I can send you a file in Messenger. Can you attach a file to that?
Yes.
What about a screenshot?
It's long. It's bigger than a screenshot.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many columns, how many files it is, because this doc had over 30,000, but I got it sorted, so it's just the ARs.
Anybody in Fayetteville?
Fayetteville? Yes. Yeah. There is multiple people.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. So far, just looking at 4.
Okay. Well, why don't we get on the chat after this, if you don't mind?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like 5, 6, and 7. There's quite a few, it looks like, in Fayetteville.
Good deal. That's perfect. That's 30 minutes away.
I do have some good news.
Good.
Yes.
We'll take it.
Hope and Will are going to be moving out July 5th into their new apartment. They got the apartment they wanted and everything at the apartment, the complex that they had an application in with. So they'll be moving out July 5th. That's 2 down, 3 to go.
There's someone behind you, dear.
I know.
Other side.
It's okay. She knows how I feel about all this.
I was gonna say on your other side, so your right side. Somebody walked up.
Oh. That's one of the ones that's moving out.
Hello.
That's Will. That's Dustin's son.
Hello, Dustin's son.
Hello, Dustin's son. So he had shown me that they got their little packet for the apartment.
Right on. Love that.
Well, that was probably.
Oh, that's from the bank.
That's exciting.
That is
Oh no, that's from the bank. Oh, they opened up a joint account.
cool.
So that their household funds go into the joint account. Like we're teaching all the kids this, that they have their own individual where their income comes into, and then they take from their individual into the joint that pays all the household bills, which is the way we do it for us, the three main adults of the home. That's what we do. We have the house account is at a totally separate, it's at a credit union, whereas we have a bank where our income comes into. And so we write a check, it goes to the credit union, and then from the credit union, it gets dispersed from there. So, and it works perfect because then, once, everybody knows exactly how much goes comes out of their account into the house account. And then that pays all the household bills for that pay period. And then whatever's left over in their accounts is theirs to spend to their discretion, whether they have separate bills or whatever. So it works really well.
Right on.
So we actually
hopefully
encourage
this
the
will help
children
somebody else. Maybe somebody else is in this same boat, and maybe somebody watching this will help them. I hope so. I know it's boring, but
Yep.
I would never have known that if I hadn't brought it up. Never.
Yeah.
I
In
wouldn't
a million
either.
years.
Oh, about an EA?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can't remember who brought up the EA, but they beat me to it.
Right on.
And then once they said EA, I was like, I know what that is.
Wow, Monique, I didn't know you were from the Netherlands. One of my favorite neuroscience people is in the Netherlands. I would ask you your name because everybody knows you all know each other, but I won't.
Yeah, that's like asking somebody from Canada if they know so and so.
Yeah. Do you know William Shatner? Next time you see him, tell him Ben said, "Hey." He'll know who you mean. Yeah. When spitting a loogie, how do you get the most distance? Spitting a loogie. The web is not that helpful anymore.
It's
Although
not.
it does go into surface tension and consistency. That's important.
You have to filter a lot what's on the web.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it's not real.
That's true.
Kids today need to learn that that's not research necessarily. Reddit is not a good source.
Right? Oh, Melinda.
I heard was it you, Rebecca, that was telling me about somebody who was writing a paper and used Reddit as a source? And it's like,
I work for a university, so yeah, I do hear a lot of interesting. And because I'm IT, we've had people call the helpline asking for assistance with their homework.
Cosmic.
So,
IT doesn't do homework.
Hey, you're back.
Hi, Cosmic.
That was quick.
I'm just getting my headphones on.
That was really quick.
Hi, Cosmic.
That was really quick.
Hey. Yeah, effective doctoring.
Right. We like those.
Yes, so it's really good. I love my doctor. I'm very lucky.
Right on.
And it's free. So, but yeah, we had a bit of a chat, and I'm going to talk to Mel after 9 o'clock when it's a more reasonable time to call someone. and then possibly I'm going to go to hospital, see if I can get my mental health stable. My doctor thinks that my breathing is contributing to my mental stuff at the moment, because you need breath, you need air.
Yes,
yeah.
of course
because
it is.
I feel like I'm having panic attacks all the time, like all through last night. I just had panic attacks because I was laying there just thinking about how much I can't breathe now and what's going to happen later. So, and I feel like because maybe my neurodivergence or just everything that's happened over time, trauma, blah, 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 has added to me having what I think personally is an overly heightened emotional response to something, which is, pretty bad, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And I'm acting like it's, my catastrophic meter is off the scale as far as this is concerned at the moment. So I need
Of course
a little bit
it
of help.
is.
Yeah, a little bit of help to knock it down a little, and so I can calm down, so that, because when I'm upset, my breathing gets worse. So I need, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy right now. I need to calm down, see a psychiatrist, and the easiest way to do that here at the moment is to go to hospital. And then I'll be even if they don't admit me today, I'll be added to the acute care team. So
good.
Do you have an
it's a way of working the
oximeter?
system. No, but I was going to get one.
Okay.
They're the ones that you blow into, and it shows you how much oxygen.
Actually, no. The one that I've got, they gave me when I came out of the hospital. You just put your finger in it, and it measures your blood oxygen level.
Oh, yeah. No, I have one of those because I got this heart stuff. So I had a blood pressure monitor, one of those things. My watch actually does the oxygen level as well, but I don't know how accurate it is. I did try and do it at hospital. I was trying to do this, but I had the thing on my finger. It was really hard. But I'll be all right. It's just this is what I do.
I'm glad that you're taking care of yourself that way. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would be able to think clear enough to do what you're doing. So good on you.
I think it's because I was a carer for so long. When things like this happen, I go into crisis mode. So I'll start packing and get all my medications ready and some clothes and my pillow, because I hate the hospital pillows, and my headphones and my switch. Just all the stuff, that I can take with me that I know that I'm allowed. But it's because now I've got a goal, so that's going to get me through until I get there, because I've been having a pretty bad week.
I'm sorry, Cosmic. I hope it gets better, and I hope the hospital's able to help you. Not just your mental health, but your physical health too.
Yeah. I think a lot of it stems together, because I was speaking to my doctor, because after the ER doctor said that the pain that was caused majoritively by tension, and tension is caused by anxiety. And so here I am doing this pain to myself, and what she explained to me was really important, that the pain is actually there. I'm not making the pain up. And yes, it's caused by, mental stress, but the pain's real, because I kept thinking people were telling me it wasn't real. It was all in my head. And that's where mental illness is, isn't it? It's in your head.
Who has a right to tell anybody else that something that's going on in their bodies is in their head? Who even has that right? And why do they think they have that right? Hey, baby.
Good for you, Cosmic. There's the baby.
He's a beautiful baby.
I had to do that for you, Cosmic, because I know you love seeing the babies.
Yes. It's funny because I'm not really a big baby or big kid person. I like them to be over there. But they're still so cute.
That's the nice thing about being the grandparent is, like, you can spend time with them and then send them home with mommy and daddy unless they live with you.
And they take advantage of you because you live there, and grandma will do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever be a grandmother. And that's not me being fatalistic. It's me thinking that my daughter doesn't want to have kids, and my son's taken ages to get himself sorted with a chick. So, I don't know. And I don't know if I mind either. I'm not one of those people who's big on the passing down my genetics, especially my genetics.
I tend to think we could become adopted, because I won't, of course, have grandkids. I've had a hysterectomy, even if it was still possible. There's no uterus for it to happen. But I kind of think you could be kind of almost adopt. Not actually adopt, but you can adopt your friends' kids. And
oh, yeah. I'm the best auntie.
be an auntie or be a
I wear a cloak.
grandma.
So,
well, Cosmic, you're the official adopted grandma of this one.
oh, thank you. I'm a nana now. Yeah. No, but thank you for guys for being here for all of this. And I know sometimes I'm a bit dramatic.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We can all be dramatic at times. Ask my family. Ask my daughter I just talked to. Oh, wait, she's just as dramatic as I am. So we're using a pod.
Yeah. Even my dog's dramatic. So,
hey, you know.
I have a little drama dog.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump off. I am exhausted from all this talking and laughing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll let you guys know what's going to happen anyway.
Please do. Yes.
In the group.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some rest.
Yes.
I shall. I'm going to bed.
Love you, Cosmic.
Love you, Cosmic.
Bye. I should go too. I just realized it's 5:30 Central Time, and I have a fur baby that will want food, and I actually should really eat myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to try to eat something. I don't know what it's going to be because my tummy's still being a little cranky with me, but
a little rice.
I know I need to eat.
Rice
maybe
helped me a lot.
Chicken noodle soup has been helping me, so I think I might just stick with the chicken noodle soup for now.
There you go.
So, perfect. But I'm going to hop off too.
Thank you, Tony.
It was good talking with you all. Carol, please keep me in mind if you need any support or anything with the tax issues. Rebecca, talk to you soon.
Yes. Take care. Bye, you guys. Love you all.
Love you
too.
Oh,
what?
Someday I need to pick on her a little bit more at some point, but not right now.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they were so.
So how are you doing?
Doing okay.
We never did get that question answered.
Doing okay. Doing okay. Yeah.
Good.
Wish I had something interesting to tell you, but yeah. But I enjoyed talking music. That was always fun.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
And yeah, good to see that Christy was a little hellion when she was a child. No.
Surprise, surprise.
I do hope you have yourself a great day, and I hope
you
have a great evening.
You too, Ben. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Well, this was fun. Thanks, you guys. A nice little reprieve until from my IRS woes. But hope to see you again next meeting, and which will be 3:40 Central Time, same place, and here on Needing a Meeting. And until then, peace, y'all.